Welcome back. This is the Now Morning Show, and my next guest has been doing exceptional work with regard to spreading knowledge, and not just knowledge from around the world, but knowledge specifically from Trinidad and Tobago. For those of you who are TED Talk fans, you would know of TEDx, and you probably know who is the license holder for Trinidad and Tobago because they've been doing so much work for the past 9 years, is it now? 9 years?
This is year number 9.
Year number 9. Yeah. Keita Deming, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
This is your first time on the Now Morning Show, I think.
Definitely, first time. This is a new show. Quite like the look and feel. Well done.
Good, good.
I enjoy watching it. It's great.
And you watch it from Canada sometimes, right? Where you reside?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you watch it on YouTube. It's great. I love your show.
Wonderful.
I follow you on social media. It's great. Yeah.
So Keita, TEDx Port of Spain is coming up, and this is your, it's on the 20th of September at Queen's Hall, right?
Go ahead.
And you have 3 outstanding speakers this year. Tell us about it.
Oh, we have 11 outstanding speakers.
11. Okay, 12. I got the name of 3.
Yeah, you got the name of 3, but we have 12 speakers in all. We have 1 speaker who we're going to be releasing shortly. He's a bit of a surprise. We saved one back. Normally we used to announce them slowly. This year we've tried to, and last year we announced all at one time. Right. I'm going to try and remember most of them. But Susan Francois, we have Sienna Tiluxing, who will be talking about environment. We have Onika Henry. We have Gregory Aboud, Elizabeth Montano, Carver Bacchus, Achei Archer. What I would say about all these speakers is that being at a TED event is that it's not like we don't do speeches, we do talks. Right. So they're very well rehearsed, very precise talks. So for people who love ideas, both implementing and spreading, this is the event for you. Yeah,
because I was going to ask you, what makes TED Talks and TEDx unique as an event? And you started to mention it, but give me a little bit more.
So I've come to believe that it's more about the community and the people you meet at the event. The talks are great, and that's our job. Like, we have to focus on coaching and making sure the speakers are powerful and they get their message across, their idea worth spreading. The best thing about a TEDx event is the people you meet. You meet people who are interested in ideas worth spreading. In Trinidad, it's really easy for us to get bogged down in thinking there's no hope, thinking that things are bad, etc. You meet a group of people who are saying, despite all the challenges, we're going to try and do great things. And that's what I think, that's what I love about the platform. It's more about the community than anything. The talks are great, but I really believe the people that I meet in Trinidad, my network in Trinidad is way better because of TEDx.
I think it's also about changing the conversation and creating a movement around that conversation.
That's so funny. Like, year 1, our theme was changing conversations. Okay. So anybody who knows me, I'm all about conversations. If you want to change it, I mostly work in organizational change. If you want to change an organization, you change the conversation with the organization.
If you want to change a country, you change a conversation.
But you start with the interaction here. You start with this local one conversation at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to do. So
that's what we're trying to do here in the morning as well.
And that's why we have so much synergy. But I really believe in the TEDx platform, and for people who want to meet like-minded folks, so that you're beginning to be around people who also want to do bold and brave ideas. I think TEDx Port of Spain is the event for you for sure.
So is this an event that you just come to, or do you have to register? Or
so you go online, TEDxPortofSpain.com. You get your tickets. Tickets are $500 at the moment, and you just register online. And you can also get tickets at Häagen-Dazs locations, even in Tobago. Onika Henry, who's coming from Tobago, we had to make sure we had a location in Tobago. So you can get them online and you can get them both offline. So yeah.
Excellent, excellent. What's next for TEDx? So this is your 9th year. Next year will be a big year, the 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary.
Where do you see this going?
So 10th anniversary, we're going to turn towards the community to ask them, what do we do? So we've always thought that TEDx Port of Spain was about building a community around old ideas that can move Trinidad into the next generation, move Trinidad forward. So in keeping with that, we've been curators and licensee, etc. We've curated a community, but we really want to look to the community to help us think about where do we go next. So we're going to be doing a little bit of work on that just after the conference. If you've never been to TEDx Port of Spain is a great day. We try to do a lot of things around, like we're going to have a tech hall this year. We do a food market. You get food as well. So we tend to
it's an experience.
It's an experience. So from start to finish. So
in our last 30 seconds, Keita, what have you seen changed since you started 9 years ago? How has TEDx Port of Spain impacted the community?
So I'll go back to the connections. I think so many stories we have around people who've come to me and said, hey, I met this amazing person at TEDx Port of Spain and now we are working together. Right. That you can't beat that. And I can't track that, but the stories that I've heard around that have been phenomenal, because at the end of the day, it's about building community around people who want to do something brave and bold in this world.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Keita Deming, license holder for TEDx Port of Spain. All success with the event. I'm sure we're going to hear much more. Right now, we got to cross to the TTT News Center where Dion Batiste is on standby with the news.